Thanks for coming tonight. When I was watching a fall practice with my son's fall team this fall, and I was sitting talking baseball with Neil for an hour or so, and he was talking about bringing Coach up to talk pitching some night this fall, and I'm not about computers or my schedule or anything, and I said, hey, count me in. Remember that night, Neil? Count me in for whatever, because I'll be there. He said, well, what about, the boss lady at home? And I said, we'll work out a schedule. So I appreciate you coming tonight, taking the time to come listen to a baseball guy in the middle of the fall, when fall baseball's finishing up, it's getting ready to be cold. I think that's awesome. And anytime I can sit and talk baseball with Neil, or come listen to a gentleman that probably doesn't know anything about me, and I know some about him, and I'm eavesdropping on some baseball conversations over here. He just had a gentleman come up to him and give him a big old hug that he used to call bad pitches that I used to throw that he doesn't even remember, but I remember him. And so what Coach doesn't know is in 1986, when I went and walked on for Coach Bingham at Wichita State, I didn't know nothing about nothing. I didn't know anything about the game of baseball. I knew that I could throw a little pitch that went here, and that's how I got on the team. And then we would go down to Wichita and try to beat Coach's teams. We had no chance. I didn't know anything about anything except when you went to play Wichita State, you better play your best, and then you're still not going to have a chance to win. Because you look over there, and that's kind of how it was. They had the little short turf, and they had incredible athletes, and they could run really fast, and they could hit really well. And then they had this pitching staff with this pitching coach. And remember, I didn't know anything about anything. We didn't like them because we'd show up, and they'd be finishing batting practice, and you would just walk in with your mouths open, and you're thinking, oh my gosh, how do we have a chance to do this? And then I started watching, and you started learning, and you saw this crazy head coach in the dugout that you heard all kinds of stories about. And then you'd see their pitching coach, Steady Eddie, Mr. Calm, cool, and collected. And you watch how their players would play. And their players would play with enthusiasm and motivation and this swagger and this cockiness. And you thought, man, I hate those guys. I want to beat those guys so bad. Guess what? We didn't. And we couldn't. And just how they carried themselves all the time is always going to be from your head coach and your assistant coach. Your players are always going to play how your head coach is, how your coach is. That's what they get from this gentleman right here. So I can read all this stuff. 38 years being a college pitching coach. 20 All-Americans. 9 pitchers picked first round of the draft. Team ERA leader. 82, 91, 89 World Series champs, 7 College World Series appearances, 28 NCAA regular tournament appearances, 85 pitchers signed in the big leagues, 16 big league pitchers, 26 total, including the last. But see, when I was sitting down talking with Neil, we talked what a good guy this guy is, then all I'm worried about, and I just talked to him over here about it, he has 2 daughters. I have 2 daughters. They're working him over, and they're working me over. So, baseball is a game of life. When I did, and then, backing up a little bit, from as a player, when I became a coach, I got to see really what a great pitching coach he is. Because then I tried to match up game to game with him. He's running his game. I've got my Wichita State pitchers trying to run our game. And so then really the respect part comes. And as a young coach trying to figure out what kind of coach I'm going to be, I tried to beg, borrow, and steal, because that's what coaches do, everything that I could learn from him without him even knowing. And when Jeff called me a couple weeks ago and said, hey, TJ, would you come introduce Coach Kemnitz? And I said, of course I would. And I go, now I'm really nervous. And so And so Jake, my son right here, driving over, he goes, "Dad, you nervous?" And I go, "Yeah, just about as nervous as I was last night when I had our first 7th grade girls GAPL practice last night. About the same nervousness I was driving to that." So without further ado, because my wife also told me, "Hey TJ, remember, they didn't come to hear you speak." So without further ado, a gentleman that I've looked up to for a long, long time without him even knowing it, based what kind of coach I was going to be on a lot of the things that I got from him without him even knowing it, Coach Kemnitz.
Thank you.
Tried to do you good.
Wow.